XRP holders. Donald Trump is annoyed. Elon Musk is keeping on and banks are equipped for XRP. Hello, beautiful people. So the Fed assembly is over. We were given a few real great nuggets from the Fed chairman that we're going to speak about. We also were given some thrilling income that came out and exciting updates from there. And we're going to look a little bit at the price of XRP as well. All I ask from you is that you provide me a beautiful smile to ship out those true vibes. Smishity, spoil that like button and let's get into it. So, as you can see, this one is up once more, 20%. I like trolling about it, right? No, XRP is up 0.5% at 30.07. You can see that over the last 8 hours, XRP has been very unstable. You recognize not, I wouldn't say very volatile, however, it has been very spiky. You can see the wicks on those candles right here. These are very swingy candles. Whenever you've got a completely small body and high wicks, that tells you that there was a variety of volatility. And so we are because here for XRP. Bitcoin up also 2%, but you could see it's loads less risky than what we were seeing with XRP. XRP turned into up and then down, after which up and then down and up, after which down. A lot of inconsistency, loads of uncertainty occurred there. But now I assume we're timed in a place in which we realize what the Fed said, we heard what the Fed chairman stated, and we will do a recap after which we're going to hear some sound bites from the assembly and how that is going to affect XRP going ahead. So to start with, the Fed chairman said economy has made significant progress in the direction of desires. That's exact, right? Inflation has moved tons in the direction of a goal to purpose. Stay truly multiplied, right? Labor marketplace isn't always a source of inflationary strain. That's exciting because the Rolls reports have had a huge effect at the markets. You do not forget a few weeks in the past there was an awful task document and the markets tanked. So now the Fed chairman is pronouncing that the hard work market is a supply of inflationary pressure. Fed does no longer want to be in a rush to regulate it. Perfectly right. So the thing for me is how I'd go about doing this. I'm going to do this to regulate. That's thrilling. We'll get to what Donald Trump had to mention, approximately that. The Fed to keep meeting by using meeting technique. That's commonly what he says. And the Fed's 2% lengthy term inflation intention will now not exchange, which is exciting due to the fact we said before that they'd removed it from the initial assertion. But when requested about it, he stated that it's the 2% lengthy time period inflation intention will not trade. So this is still the intention there. So that's an update on that. And the Fed pause has all started. So until something crazy takes place, you know, let's refresh the chances here. You can see, yeah, it jumped 82% now from, we have been there only a minute ago, some hours in the past. Sorry, we noticed it. Round a 30% for a reduction in March. And now it's handy as 18%. As we pass forward within the months and we get the new inflation facts for the primary few months of the 12 months, we're going to have a touch bit of higher know-how, extra task reviews. We'll see what type of pressure the president puts on the Fed, and we will speak about that during just a second. But what become thrilling to me additionally changed into this assertion here from Powell. Let's take a listen. Flawlessly able to serve crypto clients so long as they apprehend and might manipulate the dangers. And it's secure and sound, as a good range of our banks proper that we modify and supervise try this. The brink has been a touch better for banks accomplishing crypto activities, and that is due to the fact they are so new, and you know, we do not need to make the error. If you're making a choice to conduct that hobby interior financial institution that's inside the federal protection internet with deposit coverage, then you definitely need to be pretty positive that is a safe and sound pastime. You know, but so you already know we are not towards innovation, and we truly do not want to take actions that would cause banks to recognize, to terminate clients who are perfectly criminal just because of extra hazard aversion, may be related to regulation and supervision. So that is a massive assertion here from the Fed chairman, talking approximately how banks are flawlessly capable of serve crypto customers. For we realize how a good deal of problems be visible with the banks within the US regarding crypto, although the banks in the US are better than banks other way around the sector, which offer real troubles in which I live. It's terrible. But inside the US, we've also had issues with groups like Ripple that have had issues entering into the banking machine due to the law, due to the SEC, because of the courtroom case. And such things as this is just some other statement here that's telling us that the shift is going on with this new government, with this new administration. I simply saw something that has nothing to do with XRP. However, the White House spokesperson, she said, matters may be beneath the opposite management, the preceding administration, but we see matters definitely exceptional. Ladies and gentlemen, XRP was at 50 cents a few months ago. It's now at $3. It's made a 6x movement. It's already moved a lot at the anticipation that we'd get these proper matters that are coming. So once in a while, the flow has came about, and every now and then there's now not sufficient buying pressure to transport and the specific asset up. And occasionally there is now not a number of leverage buying and selling to move asset up. And now and again, the algos that we are manipulating were given liquidated or don't have you recognize funds abruptly, or they did bad trades. There's all styles of things that occur inside the marketplace. Sometimes the markets are simply not that risky in a particular factor in time. And it truly is why I stated, you understand, day trading, swing buying and selling, it is very difficult, and it's now not for the weary. You should be on pinnacle of it. 100% day buying and selling is very hard. 99% of human beings are unsuccessful in day buying and selling because they do not understand what you have to be all in. You should be 100%. You can not paintings 9 to 5 and day trade on the equal time. You can't do it. It may not work for a long time. You might be a success 1-3 days. But if you attempt it consistently, ultimately you will fall. And that is, it has been documented. So it's critical to I don't pressure out too much, approximately intro days. And you recognize daily and even weekly moves. Sometimes I don't strain out about that. So you understand, absolutely everyone has their personal prerogative, and they can do something they need. And they could pressure out if they need. I'm just sharing my personal revel in, right? Yeah, and I think, when you're in the middle of a training cycle, sometimes, so it'll be exciting to see in which we go, the following few weeks. Plenty of people are pronouncing, hey, I notion that the bull markets, the parabolic movements, the banana area would already start, and it failed too, and now I'm upset and I'm going to cry within the nook. And if that is what you need to do, you can do that. But I'm no longer going to head and cry within the nook, because I understand that the marketplace every so often work like they have inside the beyond. And every so often they invent their personal narrative and they devise their very own scenario. So I'm excited to peer what the following couple of weeks and months will deliver. And then Powell was asked approximately Trump, and that is what he had to say in Davos, or from Davos anyway. The president stated he will demand that hobby charges drop straight away. So I actually have a 3-component question. Has the president accomplished this? Has he made that call for? Secondly, what's your response to that? And third, what impact, if anything, if any, does a president making these kind of feedback have on coverage? Thank you. 3 questions have been resolved. I'm seeing it genuinely as one question, although. So I'm no longer going to have any response or remark in any way on what the president said. It's not suitable for me to accomplish that. The public ought to be assured that we are able to preserve, to do our paintings as we continually have, focusing on the usage of our tools, to acquire our goals, really keeping our heads down and doing our paintings, and that is how we high quality serve the public. So essentially said, I'm not listening to the president, and I have no longer had any contact with him, right? And then Trump clapped lower back and said, if the Fed had spent less time on DEI, gender ideology, inexperience, strength, and pretend climate exchange, inflation would have by no means been a hassle, LOL proper. B. Oh no, Mr. President, you're so funny sometimes. But it'll be interesting to see how this love tale develops. We can draw a heart right here. It's going to be very thrilling to peer how those following few weeks into the subsequent Fed assembly, I'm sure the president is going to be asked approximately this now. What will appear during the following month and a half? What may be said at the back of closed doorways, and what will be said to the public? It's going to be very interesting.